one.
Una momento. How about now?
I don't know.
Why does that periodically just decide to change back?
Sound has arrived. Nice work.
Thanks.
Excellent job.
No problem.
Right.
Just here to help. So, how's it going, Chuck?
Pretty good.
Cool. Cool.
I know, right?
Here we find ourselves again in this beige room with beige curtains.
So beige in here.
In a beige room with beige curtains.
It is really the most podcast room a podcast room could be.
Uh-huh.
Filled with white people and white walls.
Hey,
and
beige.
drapes. Beige.
The beige isn't here, actually.
Yeah, we missed the beige.
Yeah, the beige is not here tonight.
See you next week, the beige.
Yeah.
Good joke.
Thanks.
Good joke.
That's what I like, immediate feedback on
yes.
my jokes that aren't in the form of laughs.
Good.
That's what I go for.
Yes.
That is very funny.
I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm. I would laugh if I had a sense of humor. However, I do recognize that that was a good joke.
Yep. Mackie will be joining us shortly. He has stepped out of the room, but he is here.
He's pooping.
Yeah.
He's not pooping.
He's pooping. BJ is also pooping, but at home decided not to join us because
he's pooping all over
so
his
much poop.
house. Yeah, it's
just a river of poop.
Yeah, just so much poop.
Poop everywhere.
Yeah,
it's poop mountain.
Poop mouth.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, everyone get all comfy in the chat. Settle back, enjoy some banter.
Why is pooping, the word pooping, so funny? not the act of pooping. That's only kind of funny. But why is the word pooping so funny? Is it just because it's like the first word you learn for taking a shit?
Because it's dumb when adults say it out loud to other adults.
I guess, yeah.
You say it to a child and it's like, yeah, that's what you say because you can't say shitting.
Mm-hmm.
But shitting is not funny to say.
I beg to differ.
I mean, it is, but not when pooping is right there because you have to revert to some dumb. I'm having a conversation and then all of a sudden there was pooping. You just pooping. So you have to suddenly sound like an idiot. It's like judicial system. You can't say it. Pooping. So that's why.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome as we break down words.
It's just an inherently funny word, that's all.
Yeah. We did not have burgers tonight. We had sandwiches, and I had nugs.
You had nugs, and yeah, we had submarine sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. Hoagies.
Euros. Or heroes.
Hoagies.
Gyros. They weren't gyros, though.
They were not.
Gyros are usually round.
They were not gyros.
Wraps.
Nope. These were sandwiches.
That sometimes have tzatziki sauce in them.
Yeah, these did not have that.
Which is a yogurt-based cucumber thing. I don't care for
a yogurt-based cucumber thing.
I don't care for tzatziki. I now tahini sauce. Love some tahini sauce, but tzatziki don't care for.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's too close to pickles. You know.
It is around that time. Yeah, it is too close to pickles.
Too close to pickles.
Gotta get going here.
Yeah, I don't
too
care.
Close to pickles.
Don't care for it. Don't care for it. Anything in the pickle family.
While we wait.
Yeah.
You have any questions in the chat?
Yeah.
Now's the time.
We're here we had a question. We did not have burgers, so therefore that question has been answered.
Right. So next question, please.
Yes.
Next question.
Yeah.
We will answer it. Just as honestly as we answered the bird question.
You over there in the clothes that fit you well. You had a question?
Mm-hmm.
You over there, the human with the hair on your head. You had a question? You got to keep it big.
Right. Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Just step up and ask. And now's your chance to ask.
Yeah, I will.
Literally anything.
I will honestly answer anything you put forth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
Literally.
true. That's true.
Could.
The Earl of Sandwich
Yeah.
could have been invoked.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Mm-mm.
instead it was firefighters. Or not really. I mean, people that work for people that were once firefighters or who made our sandwiches.
Yeah.
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 I don't think anyone there was actually probably a firefighter. They could have been. I'm not saying you can't be a sandwich artist and also a firefighter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, a lover and a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
A lover of sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
What's the status of Take Me to Your leaderboard?
Well, so I was informed by someone in a comment on a video that someone else does that exact same gimmick, which has now made me entirely self-conscious about doing it
Oh.
because there's someone on the internet doing a very similar thing.
That hasn't stopped us from doing this podcast.
No, but also remember, I say we, even though I was not here, we started this podcast 20 years ago, back when there were only 5 podcasts.
That's true.
So,
I
I
think there was a Twit and maybe a Mark Maron. And I'm just thinking of like who was around when we started.
yeah,
Like there was This Week in Tech and Mark Maron.
Right.
And I think Giant Bomb had started and
Sure.
Idle Thumbs had started. But
yeah. I mean, GameSpot was doing their stuff.
Right.
I would like to do more of it, but I'm just gonna have to figure some things out. So,
Okay.
on hiatus. It is not canceled.
Okay.
But yeah, I sorry. Yet another project that started with the House of Fire and then immediately went nowhere.
Is it hot inside for us? Are we hot? Like inside? Is
Yeah.
this a?
Like a heat wave question?
Well, I mean, is this a metaphysical or physical kind of thing?
I mean, I'm hotter inside than I'm outside. Like, I don't feel 98.6 on the outside.
No, I don't. I feel about 79 degrees,
Yeah.
give or take.
Give or
in my
take,
house.
79 point something.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that's what I have my
Right.
thermostat set on.
You dudes talking human anatomy?
When are we not?
Yeah, I mean, welcome
Yeah.
to the
When are we not?
anatomy
Yeah.
We were
cast.
just trying to figure out the question, or is it hot inside for you guys? If that was
Yeah.
like in our loins, or like
Well, of
inside the
course.
house,
Dude,
like.
my
Yes.
loins are the hottest.
Hot loins.
Well, I mean, it was like where inside? Like inside what? And what are we inside?
Inside God's loins?
It's summer in this room.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Why are we sweating it up?
No, I'm just saying,
I was
you know,
outside, so I'm sweating it up.
Like-
it is hot in here, so it must be summer.
like in the wintertime in this room, I can wear a jacket and be quite comfortable. If I had a jacket on now, I would tear my hair out.
I have not been in this room in the wintertime.
You should
Thank
try it.
I guess February was the winter.
It's winterish.
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 That was the last time I was in here.
We
when
were in here in the winter.
was-
We did
it was
podcasts
lying
here
in the winter-ish.
January.
Did we?
Yeah.
Man, I don't remember that at all.
Well, we
Wow,
lost
look
a
at all
year.
these comments. Hey,
Yeah.
everybody.
So much commenting.
We've been encouraging it. We've been like,
Yeah,
hey,
we were-
hit us with questions.
We were throwing it out to the
Hot
to the,
Q&A.
The what do they call that? The pulpits? No, the gallery. The gallery. That's what we were
I was
throwing.
going to say, if we're naming parts of a church again, I'm sorry. We're not going to be able to do it because we didn't do it last time properly
no,
either.
I did. I was just like what they call like the media in the press conference is the gallery, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
sure.
So we're throwing it out to the gallery
Right.
to.
The peanuts.
No, there is no peanuts.
Peanut.
Peanut gallery is that is an insult, and
You're an
the
insult.
gallery is where art and or reporters are gathered.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you've got both, that is true art.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Man.
last chance. Any questions for us before we start this podcast?
Yeah.
Type it into the chat and we will answer your
I have a
question.
question. Will you guys shut up and just do the podcast?
That's not a question.
That was a question. I
That's-
said, will you?
Did you guys get an intro done?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure.
You're welcome.
Happy to help.
I had to call my parents.
Oh, hey, Mackie's here, by the way, everybody.
Right.
Hey. Hey, guys.
Mackey's back.
There. Now it's now he is signed in.
Hashtag, hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Oh man,
Hey, gal.
Yeah, I don't-
I need to add Strike Commando to our letterbox
I don't
list.
see cliche in the chat, so it is technically "Hey guys" tonight in the chat.
There are we sometimes have ladies.
Secret ladies.
We have other ladies.
No, we have other ladies.
I know.
It's not
not
one
just-
lady. There is not just one lady. There's all the ladies.
Yes, all the
Single ladies. Yeah.
Right.
Or maybe I
Put your
don't
hands
know.
up.
Favorite British movie? That's a hard question. I would have to do a lot of thinking on that because there's a lot of British movies. It's not like what's your favorite Indian movie?
They make a lot of movies too.
Yeah, but I've only seen like 4.
Oh,
Whereas like I would have to sit down and go, wait, no, that was British. No,
I mean,
wait,
I was
that's
gonna
British.
say, like, like if you were like, hey, what's your favorite Bangladesh movie? That might narrow it down. I just
Yeah, I mean
The one I've seen.
yeah,
Bangladesh. How?
that's
No, I just like. I mean, if Bangladesh is
What?
the person, is the place? What's the like Floridian? Like we don't say we're Florida. We're like I'm a Florida, but
right.
Bangladeshian.
yeah, that's why I don't know. Is it Bangladeshian?
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Bangladesh.
I don't know, man.
Bangladesh?
Grammar's
I don't know.
weird. It's
Right.
weird.
Anyway.
So I do want to say, if you want to get good at giving job interviews, do a podcast.
Uh-huh. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been,
Yeah, I
yeah. Job interviews are fucking piece of cake now.
I haven't
I
had
had
to do
I-
one actually.
The lady
since-
literally told me you knocked it out of the park
Oh,
when I did an interview with 7 fucking people.
Yeah, ain't no thing.
just make a bunch of dick and fart jokes and
No, I mean, I'll tell you my secret, and it's the same kind of secret. Like, what I do when I'm speaking is, well, I just pretend you guys are in the room only. Like, I don't pretend the microphone or the cameras are there. And and the same thing, you kind of do the same thing in a job interview. You sort of look through everybody and you just answer.
mm-hmm.
I felt like I do the same thing. It's like a public speaking thing. It's like, people say imagine everyone naked. I just imagine they're not there. Like that's what you
Sure.
do. It's just like you're just talking to the back of the room and like to nobody really.
Well, it's weird for me. It became more of like I stopped using a filter, so to speak, where it's like I don't think about what they want to hear. I just say what I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm.
and it's less filtered, like, and giving them the answers they've heard from everybody else that they've ever interviewed ever. Well, my flaw is I'm too much of a perfectionist. It's like, yeah, that's everyone fucking says that. Shut up.
I just quote Office Space.
Yeah.
My flaw is that I continually seek the knowledge to reanimate dead flesh.
That's a bad flaw. You should really work on that.
Yeah. My flaw is I bruise my toes from kicking so much ass.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, you shouldn't kick with your toes. You should be kicking right in
Yeah,
the base of the ankle. That's really where you need to be kicking from.
Oh, first like side foot? No, I go top of the foot, like soccer ball kick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I mean, you can side foot a soccer
Yeah.
ball. It's good for passing.
That's how you get the bend it like Beckham.
No, top of the foot is for football. When you kick field goal, side of the foot is for soccer.
Not if you're a striker and you
Yeah,
want
no, I
to
was
get it
gonna
as
say-
far as you can get it.
You didn't play a lot of soccer, did you?
No.
No, side footing is like usually like for controlled passing and things like
Mhm.
that. But no, you
But yeah, that's how you put the bend on it, is
Yeah.
using the side foot.
Yeah.
And the way you follow through makes it
Mhm.
give the curve to it.
do I have to turn off the pun filter? What, like during a job interview? No. No, I mean that's the thing is what I've learned about job interviews is be yourself because
Yeah.
you don't want them to hire a fake person and you don't.
Because then you have to be that fake
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, I mean that's
Hey,
the
what
thing.
happened to that guy we hired?
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't really hide too much of like that I have a weird sense of humor and stuff in a job interview because it's like, that's me
Yeah.
and you're going to have to work with me.
Yeah, there were only a couple people that were from sales that tried to trip me up. One of them I could tell was like, has this guy done his research? And I'm like, yes. He's like, tell me about the blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. What do you want to know? It was just one of those, like, you could just tell it's like that's what he came up with because he wanted to make sure that I wasn't just there because it's a job, like that I actually had some interest in what I was going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, I wouldn't be interviewing. I I don't want to do bullshit jobs that I don't like. Why would I want a job related to something that I don't give a shit about?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But yeah.
Jobs.
Podcasts. They let you BS properly.
Word.
Speaking of,
Let's properly BS it.
yeah, or something. I don't know.
Or something.
I don't know.
I wasn't sure what size batteries they were for. I had sitting on this computer.
AAA.
Double. I guess it's for the mouse and the keyboard.
Oh.
My triples for my headphones are here.
Oh.
So many batteries just everywhere.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's do a podcast. I'm going to clap and stuff. Question time is over.
Still recording?
Now it's time to shut up and listen. What?
Still recording?
Shut
yeah,
your face.
Why would
and
I?
listen.
Yeah, I didn't stop.
I'm just making sure.
Shut up and
This
listen.
happens
Chuck.
sometimes.
Yeah, shut up and listen, Chuck. Charles Barkley, shut up and jam.
Guy Den.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Episode 512.
512.
512.
512.
Yeah.
512.
That's like 6 foot tall.
512.
Yeah. So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do we don't have BJ here this week. I should probably point that out. At the
Okay.
beginning. Then I'll tell you what we do.
All right.
Which is every week we go and we watch ourselves a quote unquote bad movie. Then we come in here and talk about them. At the end, they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot
Hell
Jocks.
yes, Robot Jocks.
Robot Jocks.
However, there are bad movies, and stay away. They get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags, as in giant bags of trash in which they belong.
Yes, trash in which they belong.
Throw them out.
In the bin.
Gross.
Float on the ocean. Form your own island.
I don't think you're going to have to be concerned with that rating system tonight because we watched 1986's Strike Commando, starring none other than the BMFcast's own Reb Brown.
Right.
We claim him. No one else is allowed to have him.
Nope,
you
he's
can
ours.
borrow him from us. We're generous like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Use
But-
them whenever you want.
But we're claiming him because he's a treasure.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is one of those movies that
And we're Americans.
like,
That's what we do. We just
we
like,
would be
I like
about
that.
this movie, but like if Reb Brown wasn't in it, we would not nearly be as much about this movie.
No.
But with Reb Brown in it, it's suddenly like, you know, like any Nick Cage movie where you're like, yeah, he's Nick Caging out. This is Reb Brown is Reb Browning out in this movie times 100,
Yeah.
possibly 1,000.
There's a thing you want from Reb Brown, and this is it.
Oh my god!
I don't know. I feel like what was it? What was Saratoga Blade? What was that movie?
Silent
It was
or
Street
Hunter.
Street Hunter. The Steve James joint.
I feel
Another
like-
of our heroes.
I feel like that might be peak Reb Brown. More
It's
so
the
than
most
this.
quotable Reb Brown, obviously,
I
because
just-
we quote that shit all the time.
Well, I just feel like he goes from normal to 100, and this one it's like he's always hovering around 60. So it's like it's more interesting in that because it's like here's normal Reb Brown to hey I'm yelling,
Yeah.
and this one is just like even when he's like whispering on the radio, I'm still talking kind of loudly, you know, and
Yeah.
so it's not as much fun when he screams in this one because it's just like he's there all the time.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not fun. I just like I said when you go from normal Reb Brown to oh God Saratoga Blade,
Yeah.
it's like,
Saratoga, Blake.
I just like I still think that might be peak Reb Brown.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's that's a Reb Brown clip.
If that is,
we'll
this
always
is like-
remember.
It's up there.
This
yeah.
is a step down the mountain.
Yeah.
Barely.
Sure.
Like literally less than a foot down the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, Reb Brown is in this of Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 other appearances.
He was the 1990s Captain America, right?
No.
He was the
70s.
70s. Okay,
Because we've seen both of them.
right.
Yes.
And I was
Those
just trying
aren't
to
good.
No, they're bad.
Those are not good Reb Brown vehicles.
That's the one where he has the weird clear frisbee, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And the motorcycle.
In the motorcycle. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, cat, shut up!
Shut up, cat.
You shut up, cat!
Filthy whore mouth.
Shut up! Goddamn cat, shut up! I'm talking here!
You can also do this in job interviews.
So yeah, would you like to hear some of the other illustrious,
I would love to.
careered people behind the scenes of Strike Commando.
Besides Reb Brown, the
Besides
ministry.
the man, the myth, the legend, Reb Brown.
Yeah.
We also have writer-director Bruno Mattei of Robo War,
Starring Reb Brown.
starring Reb Brown. Writer Rossella Drudy of Robo War.
Mm-hmm.
We have writer Claudio of Robo War and Troll 2, which should give you an idea how much we're going to enjoy this movie.
Oh, I know that guy. He was in the movie. And very proud of writing that movie.
Yeah, Christopher Conley of 1990, The Bronx Warriors.
Right.
From 1990 year, if I remember correctly.
You're correct.
Yeah. Alex Vitale, who's in Robot Jocks,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. He's one of the tubies.
Right.
So
It was
he's
on
not
his
really.
list.
Did he even? I wonder if he even had a speaking role.
Probably not.
I don't recall.
Probably not.
He looked familiar when he popped up. I will say that, but yeah, he's like Tubi number 2, I believe, is his designation.
Which guy was this in the movie?
Dakota.
Jakota.
Oh, that. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
the big,
He was
the
in
big guy.
Robot Jocks.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So already a very storied career for Alex Vitale.
Mm-hmm.
And Luciano Pigozzi of Your Hunter from the Future,
Starring Reb Brown.
starring Reb Brown.
He's a man.
Yes. Now, I've said this before, but the problem with The Hunter from the Future is that Reb Brown is dubbed in that movie, so you do not get Reb Brown yelling.
Yeah.
You get some other guy not yelling. This movie, while it's dubbed by Reb Brown.
Yes.
So, and a lot of times they will use his audio from the set, which is surprising for an Italian production, but we are thankful for it because it gives us exactly what we want.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this movie's a real simple, Rambo-esque ripoff. I mean, they're a strike team that is like sent out to take out a base in Vietnam. For whatever reason, the guy in charge is just impatient and doesn't give them enough time to complete their mission.
Right.
Basically, he sets off the charges, killing everyone except for Reb Brown. Reb Brown survives, floats down a river, goes to some weird French... I don't know what it would be, like a colony? I don't know what you write, missionary?
I don't know.
Place? I mean, it was a... Yeah, it's just...
I guess the impression I get is that they are the defensive sort. They will kill you, but in self-defense. They're not going to go out and kill you.
Right.
Right.
They are just the local rebels.
Yeah, but he
guess.
just wakes up there, and there's an old French ex-soldier dude who drinks a lot and looks sort of like old Nick Offerman, and they just are like, nurse him back to health and like ask him to kill some Viet Cong soldiers, and he's like, I'm not
They've kidnapped some bad guys, and they're like, "Hey, American, kill him for us."
right, and he's just like, I'm not going to kill a captured prisoner, and then they do it, and he's just like, they're enemies, but like there's rules to war. You don't just murder a captured person.
There's rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but and then basically he's
Smokey did not abide by.
yeah. And then basically he's just like, well, I got to go. My people need me. And takes some of them with him.
They're basically like, "Look, bad things have been happening
Right.
here, especially to the women and children. You've got to get them out of here." And he's like, "Fine. The old and the sick have to stay here. I'll take the healthy young people along with me, and we will get them all out."
Except they don't. I mean, basically,
No, they
basically
literally
like,
don't.
Well, like a lot of them die because they're just not good at soldiering. And they just
No,
stand
they're
out.
real bad at
So, I
soldiering.
mean, they just stand out in open fields and get shot and stuff. And then, like,
Yeah.
People go to check on those people who got shot, and they get shot in the same spot.
And then they go to shoot at the people who were shooting at them,
and they get shot.
and they get shot.
yeah.
Yeah.
We should say, whenever we say there's shooting involved, there's no action geography in this movie that works properly in any way. People will just shoot in a direction, up into the sky, down into the woods, and either hit everybody in the country or no one at all.
We honestly, we should, because you're touching on it, we should address it now. Any 80s action movie cliche that you're thinking of in terms of when you were 12 and you were like, I'm going to run out and I'm just going to shoot a gun, but I'm going to swing left and right and just act like I'm shooting something. In this movie, a guy gets the drop on the hero, shoots at him from point blank range in the back, misses him,
Right.
hero turns around, guns him down. That sort of shit. This entire movie.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm saying this only not to elicit I hate things that got popular that were cool before, but this basically is like Axe Cop, because I mean this is it was written by a 7-year-old. What 7-8-year-olds think is possible for humans to do and how humans shoot guns and stuff. And I just mean that in terms of yes, everyone does the, I don't know, one hand spray anywhere in any direction, and if it's in the script, the entire group of people just go, "Oh, we all died at once," with at the same time.
Well, yeah, and like if there's an explosion on screen,
Right.
you're getting hit by it regardless of your location to the
Yes.
explosion.
Yeah,
The invisible shockwave will hit you.
Yeah.
but also things like if Red Brown takes his shirt off, he can catch up to a powered motorboat in the water by swimming. It's just like these are the things that's just like my adult brain has questions. Like
The shirt would have slowed him down.
no, I just mean like even trolling speed is really fast swimming. I don't know if you're aware of that. I'm just saying like it's sort of like
It's hard to swim fast.
it's hard to swim as fast as a boat going as slow as it could possibly go. It's sort of like as slow as you think a car is going. As soon as you jump out and try to run alongside it, you realize it's actually going really fast because the normal human only runs at like 5 to 6 miles an hour. So I'm just
It's all about perspective, Chuck.
I'm just saying it's those kind of things where it's like 7-year-old me is like, well, how do you solve this? Well, you catch up to the boat with a big pile of grenades and throw it in the hole. Clearly, all right, good, write it down.
And grenades apparently run on fuses.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, they do. I mean, real grenades do, but not like a smoking timed fuse. I mean, not like you have 2 minutes before this goes off.
Oftentimes, someone will pull a pin and the grenades will start smoking, and then you'll see a little fuse burning. And
Yeah,
you're
they
like,
treat it like it's a stick of dynamite
Yeah,
and
it's
not
like
a grenade.
These are two different concepts that you've meshed together into one thing, and that doesn't make sense. But whatever.
Like I said, grenades do actually run on a fuse. It's just it's internal. It's obviously very specific.
Yeah.
And, manufactured to always have the exact same timing every time. So
You generally don't see a grenade start smoking as it's about to go off.
But all that said, like when I believe you said, Harlow, during the movie, like when you see the parody in UHF,
yeah,
it's not Rambo. It's
No,
this movie.
It's this.
kind of, yeah.
Because, I mean, it's basically picking up a handful of bullets and throwing them at bad guys, and they all go, and fall down. And a lot of dudes really take advantage of their death scene of just acting like a million bullets are hitting me, like they're in RoboCop. Like a million bullets are hitting me, and I'm full of bullets, and I'm just shaking
I'm
and
just
shaking
thrashing
and shaking.
everywhere. Yeah.
So there's a lot of that, even when it's just one quick spray of bullets. It's silly. For a while, it was kind of pissing me off how lazy it was, but I don't care anymore.
But plot-wise, he's with these missionaries or whatever they are. They're trying to escape. A lot of them get murdered by not being good at war. And then he just kind of gets separated from them and gets picked up by the helicopter and goes back home.
Yes.
And then they're kind of left to like, well, I don't know. And
I guess we go back to
Well,
where we were.
I think,
I think
what
the
happens
old guy
is-
gets murdered.
Yeah, well, what happens is because the old guy gets murdered as he's escaping.
Right.
Basically, he's
no,
like
no,
the
no,
only
no.
one left,
Wasn't-
and he gets murdered by the Russians.
Yeah.
the old French guy. But then Reb Brown gets just picked up by the Richard Crenna character, which I don't know if we've even mentioned him yet. But he's got a general that's on his side that did not wanted to stop them from blowing up the everything in the beginning.
Yeah, it's the Richard Crenna and Charles Napier characters are the ones at the beginning debating on, do we blow it now or do we wait and give them time?
Yeah.
And
the Charles Napier guy is basically like, oh, well, they died heroes. Too bad. Nothing we could do.
yeah, although also it feels like the two of them switch roles somewhere and then switch back at some point. It's like the one guy seems to be a Richard Crenna analog, but you're kind of at one point like, is he though? And then it's like, oh yeah, he is. The other guy's the bad guy. But
Yeah.
it's
But
almost Rambo.
well, the other guy specifically tells the helicopters to turn around
right.
because they're about to get to saving Reb Brown.
Yes.
But the Richard Crenna guy, we keep calling him. I don't even know what the actor's name or what.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, what he was, but we're just going to call him Richard Crenna because he fulfills the same role as Richard Crenna.
It's
in
Ricardo
Rambo.
Green.
Yeah. Yes, most likely. But he fulfills that role. He saves Reb Brown, brings him back, and then Reb Brown had found the old man and found the communist star that had been ripped off the lapel of our main bad guy.
Yeah.
I guess main bad guy. That's the thing. There's like 3 or 4 main bad guys in this movie.
It's weird because as they're walking through the jungle at some point, they are told, or Reb Brown is told that the 2 Russians have showed up. And so the main bad guy, Jakota, is hiding in a tree and sort of emerges out of it to kill the old man. The old man grabs his like Soviet lapel logo thing.
Yeah.
Also, at one point, the old man is just throwing grenades, just casually tossing grenades at bad guys, and at one point he just goes, bonjour, and throws one, and 4 guys who aren't anywhere near it go flying. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was there's a lot of dudes saying things as they're about to kill somebody that aren't appropriate. Like, they don't make any sense.
Yeah.
They're not cool guy things to say in a movie, but they say them anyway.
It's very Troll 2 in that regard.
Okay.
In that it was like, okay, it was written by Italians, translated to English, and you better be reading this exactly as it was written on the page.
Right.
And don't you dare try to change it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I think that is no more better put forth than really the scene that encouraged us to watch this movie in the first place. I honestly don't remember how I saw this scene, but
Yeah.
while he's escaping with these
Well,
missionaries or whatever,
Yeah.
I should say that, like, he gets away, goes back, and
Well,
like,
he's had a scene before. There's a lady and a kid,
right,
and
it's the sister and brother and sister,
Right.
But one's like adult, one's a kid,
yeah, and it's hey, lady, you're kind of sweet on Reb Brown. You're going to be with Reb Brown, and the kid is just like, tell me about America, American. And Reb Brown tells him, he's like,
Oh, you mean Disneyland?
Yeah.
This kid's like, I heard there was a place where Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck live. And he's like, oh, you mean Disneyland? Yeah, they got all the popcorn you can eat and ice cream that grows on trees and all the ice cream you can eat.
malts.
Well, he doesn't say this at first. I mean, this is
Right.
the first happy version.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, it's great. All the
Yeah.
ice cream you can eat.
Popcorn trees.
And he's like,
and-
I heard that it could take a month to see everything. He's like, oh, yeah, there's
Oh,
so
yeah,
much
it's
to see.
so
Kid,
great.
You would
And
love it. And there's a genie that
there's a
grants
genie
you grants you
there,
wishes. And
which-
then the sister's just like, you're giving a false hope. Like, like you're going to live through this movie.
Right.
And
It's like, yeah, don't tell kids that things are going to be okay.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
he's like,
you?
you're going to go home and we're just still going to be stuck in this shithole. And
Yeah,
then
it's probably going to
once-
be worse after you
She's not
leave.
wrong.
Yeah. But anyway, so he just fucks off and goes back home, and then of course there's a lot of like, "Hey, you're alive!" Totally give this guy a medal. It's like, I didn't try to kill you by the Charles Napier guy, and he's just like, "Yeah, okay, whatever."
Yeah.
But he's like, listen, these people helped get me out.
Well, these people helped get me out, and there were Russians there, and they're like, "Russians in
Yeah.
Vietnam? Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, I saw what I saw." And look at this pin I got off this dead guy that the old guy grabs it and like a death grip into
Yeah,
his
he
hand.
rigor mortis
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
And so like he had to
apparently.
go get the star, and he's like, "Here's your proof." He's like, "Nah, we're gonna need a little bit more proof
We're
before
gonna
we
need
can
actual proof."
implicate
Yeah,
the
we're
Russians."
going to
in this."
send you in to take photos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's a Canon camera instead of a Canon that you would probably
Right.
need
And
more.
I do appreciate that when they're on the boat heading out there, and he's got like a girl steering, and then there's a dude in the back just like jamming out with headphones on. Rep Brown's looking at the camera like, okay, which end do I point to
Yeah.
take picture?
I never shot one of these
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, it's the one thing he's never shot.
Yeah, where's the barrel? I don't get it. There's no trigger. This is weird.
They said it was a cannon. Where's the fuse in the ball?
Yeah.
Nope.
But yeah, but they that's how he goes back out. But he's like,
It's the second
listen,
ticking clock in the movie. The first ticking clock was he had 24 hours to get extracted.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets out. He's fine. And then they're like, okay, you've got 4 days to get us the proof, and if you can rescue some people while you're there, that's fine, I guess. But whatever, we need proof.
Yeah,
that
but,
the
but
Russians
he's
are
like,
there.
you don't have any help. Like nobody's coming to help you. Like it's
Yep.
just you.
You're on your own.
Remember when you were on your own last time?
Yeah.
Guess what?
Remember, there's only one set of footprints right around.
We're all going to stay here and listen to your adventures on the radio.
But anyway, he gets back to. I don't know if it's like the village where
It's
they
the village, yeah.
where they were. I don't know why they went back home because the whole idea
Because
was,
he left them.
Well, I know, but it's like the idea was like, let's get the hell out of here. But they went back there and basically all got massacred. I mean, he just walks into like
Yeah.
the scene from Rambo 4 where like everyone is dead in the
Yeah.
village. And then
Except for the kid.
well, the kid's
Kid
like
is almost
dying.
dead.
Well, there's also an old lady in the back who just like apparently was uncomfortable with how she was dead, so she moves midway through the scene.
That
just
lady
to-
was a bad actress.
she just like totally was like, oh, this isn't comfortable for me anymore. I'm
Yeah.
gonna turn around. It's like, you're dead, lady. But the kid wakes up long enough to go. He's like, tell me again.
Well, he
about
tells him about the
Disneyland."
Russians
Yeah,
first.
The Russians first. Yes, there was two Russians.
His
One
name
lady
was
and
Chakota.
a man and a lady. His name was Chakota. He has no hair. Anyway, tell me about Disneyland. He's like, and then he gets this crying speech of like, oh man, I told you there's popcorn and ice cream going on trees and there's chocolate milk and malts.
He
And
does.
you're gonna see a kid. But then the kid dies,
Yeah.
and then he carries the
He
dead
goes,
kid.
you'll get any wish you want.
Any wish you want. But he's got the dead kid in his hand, walks him to the door, and like does the like it because a cheap movie, it doesn't do the crane shot, but in any other movie, it would have been like walk to the door and then crane shot, and he's just like Dakota. Yeah, and that was the scene I saw. I don't know how. Like I don't know what compilation thing I was watching, but I was like, we need to watch this movie, guys.
And so we did.
And that was
you were right.
That was all I saw, and I was like, I know we have to see this.
Yeah, and from there, this is when the movie is basically just like our shit completely.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because he then goes through the jungle and just finds another encampment. And he's got one of those like giant, what is it in Call of Duty? It's called the Saw, I think.
It's like an M60.
Yeah, it's like the
belt-fed
thing where it's
machine
got
gun.
like the little lid that flips open, and then you know it's got like all the chain fed bullshit. And he just slaps that closed and just goes, Dakota! And just starts gunning everything, just screaming, Dakota! Over and over.
Every building he just fills with bullets.
With Red Brown gun face the entire time.
Well, this is because he caught a Viet Cong soldier like taking a piss or something, and then it's just like, tell me what you killed. I mean, he's in full on like murder mode, like no bullshit, but catches this guy, and this guy led him to the village. He's like, also they gave him the camera and some sort of fucking night vision goggle looking things that he now puts on, and it's sort of predator visions for half a second. But
it's got a weird countdown clock.
But it was
on
just
it,
like that was just it focusing. It wasn't doing anything. It just
Yeah.
focused into normal vision with a
And then the batteries died.
with like a, I don't know if that was a distance meter. I don't know, but he's just like, there's nothing here, and the guy's like, no, Dakota's there, and he's like, all right, and he locks and loads and shoots the whole place up. And just about the time he yells Dakota and gun faces for like 2 straight minutes.
Yep.
Like and then
it's just like, well, I took care of that.
Then they all just sort of pop up out of the buildings and like, you were looking for me.
Yeah, like 3 dozen troops just pop out. Like we were here the whole time, jackass. And it's like,
I don't know how none of them died.
It's remarkable.
Well, they were like, they established there was like caves and stuff. I mean, I don't think this thing would penetrate the rocks.
I don't know. These guys just walk out from behind huts and shit. They're like,
and
haha.
they pop out and they're like 2 feet from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, like they capture him now, and this basically becomes the POW sequence where it's like torture montage.
Yeah, this is like 3 movies in one.
Yeah,
this whole
is
thing
weird.
is weird.
Because like he's there. There's a skinny private dude who's clearly been in this camp for a long time. That guy,
he mentions he's the only one left, and Dakota tortures all of them. And
and he's basically just like, man, I'm a coward. I let myself get captured, and I just don't like pain, so I do whatever they say, and they make me read basically like an anti-American statement on the radio,
Which is basically like, hey, you guys aren't doing so good in the war, huh? Maybe you should go home.
Yeah, they're like me. I think this sucks, and we should just give up.
Yeah.
Yeah, imperialist, capitalist bullshit, whatever, something.
yeah.
But yeah, so like that guy dies in the middle of it. Red Brown gets tortured in a montage. There's a Russian lady there now who keeps like making eyes at Red Brown throughout different scenes.
Kinda.
It's kind
Well,
of
like Dakota's outside. They've got Red Brown tied up outside watching Dakota do push-ups. And the lady keeps coming out and is like looking at him doing push-ups, but secretly making eyes at Red Brown. And Dakota sort of catches on to this. Is like, hey.
they've crucified Red Brown on the tree of woe outside this place. And it's just like he's forced to sit here and watch this dude.
Just watch me work out, bro.
Do you even lift, Red Brown?
Yeah, but I mean, they have like an electrical thing they strap him to and electrocute him, and
Yeah, this goes on longer than I thought it would.
it's a lot
This whole
of torture.
sequence.
It's
Yeah.
not fun, although they're trying to make it sound fun.
Yeah, and eventually the other guy dies, and they just leave his dead body in the cage, basically, with Red Brown, who
Right.
eventually can't handle the stench.
Yeah,
Because the lady is like, this is inhuman, and Dakota's like, we can't break him physically, so whatever, let's break him mentally.
Yeah,
and it
basically,
works.
Yeah, he basically takes his shirt off and starts screaming like, "Get me out of here!" and stuff. And so they put him in front of the microphone, like, "All right, it's time for you to read the letter. You're famous, Mike Ransom or whatever."
They clean him up for his radio broadcast.
They sure do.
And-
the
and-
lady shaves him. Like,
And this is like days, I will say, because there is one point where he's marking on the wall, and I want to say it's about 3 weeks.
According to that, it's a month. He's got
It's a
4 of
month?
those crossed off.
He's got a weird hash mark thing where
Yeah.
he's doing 6 in a strike.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he's counting weeks, I assume.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's normally 4 in a strike. He's doing 6 in a strike.
It could be the metric system.
It was not the metric system, Jeff.
The 5 thing would be closer to the metric system.
I
Chuck.
know.
It was the Reb.
I'm just saying it's dumb.
Well, I mean, 5 and 10s would make more sense.
I understand.
All right.
I know what the metric system is.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. But yeah.
Your
Either way.
your imperialist ways.
Either way, the point is, like, he's been here a long time.
Uh-huh.
It's not like it's only been a few days.
No.
No, he's a broken man.
Yeah,
He's
but they
done.
pull him in front of the microphone. Yeah, the lady shaves him all up for his radio thing, and then he's just like, "I am Mike Ransom. You may know me." And anyway,
Yeah. I'm Mike Ransom. You may know me.
from such things as Robo Wars.
Not rescue the people at the beginning of the
and-
movie.
and
As
Captain
the
America-
man who said Saratoga Blade in Street Hunter.
4 years from now.
Yeah. But he's just like, yeah. At first, he starts doing the script, like, I know the war isn't going well and everything, and that's why I want you to kill these bastards. Just keep giving it to him. Ah! And then, like, all the guys are like, son of a bitch. And he starts punching the dudes in the room.
He
And
just
grabs,
punches two dudes. He just T-poses and punches two dudes at the same time. Yeah.
Yep.
And then grabs the Russian lady.
Yeah. And it's
And-
like, we're getting out of here. And she's like, what?
Yeah. And proceeds to make his escape, just dragging her along the whole time. Where she's kind of half going with him, but half not.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like we've seen her make the goo goo eyes at him, but it's like there's never been any moment where she's like, "Oh, I should try to help him escape," or show any sort of loyalty to him other than like I'd bone him if he wasn't the enemy, And yeah, as she's being dragged through the forest, it's a series of escapes and one arm gunning shit and randomly losing his machine guns and picking up flamethrowers and shit from random dudes. I mean, that's the thing is like you can't go plot by plot because it's just a lot of running, and it's like the Call of Duty airplane level, the Mile High Club or whatever, where it's just like you can't reload, you just got to run and pick up other guns.
Well, and a lot of times it just feels like a lot of footage of shit happening, right? But none of it edited together in a way that makes sense.
But yeah, they basically get to an area and then
he gets to a radio and calls in and is like, I'm free, come get me. And the Charles Napier character is like, I'm gonna go get him.
Well, no, before that, the moment you knew she was on his side is there's one last dude. They think they're in a clearing and they think they're like away from everything.
Yes.
And he's got the radio and start to make a call and a dude comes up from behind him with a knife and she's like, look out! And he turns around and knifes to meet you, that guy, and then you're like, oh, okay, I guess she's on his side now.
She won him over.
He radioed on in and like, yeah, the Charles Napier guy's like, that guy's a hero. I'm gonna go get him myself.
Yeah, it's gonna be so sweet.
And I'm gonna take all my own personal crew guys. We're gonna go get him.
Who's coming with me?
Richard Crenna. But yeah, they're just going out there to murder him, of course, because like when they get to the clearing where they're supposed to have the landing zone, she's like, that dude's like totally working for the KGB, right? He's the one that got you captured in the first place. And he's like, nah, that's not true. And of course, that guy comes rolling up and is immediately like, get to the gun and shoot him when he gets to the clearing, which is what the guy tries to do.
Yeah. He takes her out.
They kill her, and then he kills the gunner.
And apparently hits the chopper enough to make it start smoking.
Right.
But enough to like be able to go back
They can
home.
get back to base.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah,
weird.
I was like, oh man, we're gonna get a chopper fireball, but then I was like, wait, they don't have the budget for a chopper
Most
fireball.
of the chopper fire footage in this is stock footage, so there was no way they had the money to blow up a chopper.
Yeah,
But so she's dead. He's alive and alone, and it's just like, does he just go back to base and find the
no,
other dude?
he sees a boat out on
right,
the
right,
water,
yes,
and it's just
yeah.
like, the enemy.
I'm gonna murder that boat.
And this is where he swims to a boat
Yeah.
that's just out in the water, like catches up with the boat.
Right. I mean, I'm saying like this is an armored like PT boat. I mean, it's like it's not just a little rowboat or something.
Yeah, they're not trolling. The fishing lines aren't out the back. They're moving fairly fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, he murders everyone on the boat and just keeps dropping bundles of grenades
Yeah,
into every.
rather than be like, hey, guess what? Ho, 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 now I have a boat. He's like, nope, just going to blow this boat the fuck up.
Yes.
Yeah. Boats and hose.
And then he, as the boat is exploding, he dives off while saying, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." Like,
He doesn't get that
what?
far. He's just like, our Father who art in heaven.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's doing random shit throughout this.
Yes.
Just is like great punctuation because he gets caught by a dude in like a foxhole in a rice paddy.
Yep.
And I think it's when the Russian lady's still alive. He's just dragging her
Yes.
along, and this dude just like pops out of the foxhole. He's like, Jesus. He has
I
good-
think they might have actually surprised Rep Brown with that. Because it is a genuine, just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then he beats that man to death with a gun butt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So how does he eventually get back to fighting Jakota?
I don't know. I mean, that's the thing is like I feel like did he
Yeah,
just go
'cause-
on the run? Because I feel like it was just like, well, we didn't get him, And
Well,
oh no, because he goes back and is like,
yeah, because he blows up the boat, and then
Right.
I guess he just gets back to land.
Yeah. He
Oh,
just
that's
swims
right. Yeah,
back.
yeah. No, dude just popped up out of nowhere, and like
Yeah.
suddenly they were also like on a waterfall, like which didn't make any sense because like we didn't realize they were fighting on a waterfall, but they start hand to hand fighting, and then he just punches this dude off a waterfall, and it's like I guess Jakota's
Well, they do something before he punches him
Oh,
off a waterfall
sorry.
because so they're fighting and it's terrible.
Yeah.
And then for some reason they are both standing on opposite sides of this field and both start screaming and both start running at each other in full speed and they bonk heads.
I think that
Yes.
might have been the final fight. But
No, that's
No,
that's
it's
this
this
one.
fight.
That's the thing
Yeah,
that
because
happens right
Dakota
before.
says, "I'm going to break your back."
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they both run at each other in slow motion.
Yeah, like goats.
And-
like goats headbutting
Yeah.
each
bonk
other.
heads,
Yeah.
and it doesn't really do anything except now both their heads are bloody.
Yeah.
Hello.
Collar, my right ear.
It doesn't affect anything when we
I know,
can't hear.
it's
We
just-
don't have to stop.
it's just-
I'll fix it.
Okay. But yeah, both their heads are bloody, but not in the area where they just bonked each other.
Yeah.
It's strange. It's like it produced jaw blood to come out of them or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not. It's not even like they get some big welts on their foreheads
No.
like they headbutt
No.
each other.
No.
It's just sort of like
Yeah,
this
because it
concussive
is
blast.
straight up forehead to forehead.
Yeah. But yeah, he then pretty much punches him off a waterfall that we didn't know was there
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And so
what I mean.
Dakota plunges into the water.
to his death.
Zoom on Red Brown on top of the waterfall, just arms outstretched, going, yeah, and then smash cut to Saigon.
Yes.
Last day of the war.
Yes.
You're like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's-
Like we were so shocked. We were all just like, wait.
Like that's the end of
What?
the movie. What?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
No.
there was it was a 20-second whirlwind of what the fuck because they do the headbutt thing, then he punches him off a waterfall we didn't know was there, and then smash cut to Saigon last day of the war, and you're like, the fuck is happening?
And apparently Red Brown's there, and he's like, where's Roddick?
Yeah, it's basically like war is over. He split. We don't know where the fuck he went. No one's gonna sanction looking for him. So sorry.
Go home.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
home.
he
War's over.
disappeared. War's over.
And then there's a fourth act because it's present day, which would have been about 10 years later, and it's just like they're landing in Manila in the Philippines,
Yep.
and
Yes.
and like it's the Richard Crenna dude and Red Brown, like he meets him at the airport, and they go to a cockfight, and then he's just like, dude's here, like the Charles Napier guy's here,
Not at the cockfight.
not at the
They're
cockfight,
just at the cockfight.
no, the
for some
cockfight-
local flavor.
Which apparently that's the director's cut that we watched. Had
Okay.
the cockfight in it.
Sure,
because-
I can see
yeah,
how
it
maybe
had to
people
have
were
been
like, cut the fucking
before.
cockfight out.
Yeah.
I'm sure it cut the cockfight and those conversations between old dudes who
Maybe.
Like,
Never
the,
had-
like the ones that were just like going around doing an Old Navy ad on an Old Navy boat. I mean, I'm serious. Like they were just walking
Yes, they
around
were
like
Old Navy men.
Well, they were just walking up to things and like doing like the
Yeah.
J. Crew poses on
Yeah.
random things on this old.
they were
Navy ship.
having one conversation that took place over
Right.
4 different locations.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, they're at a cockfight. He's just like, dude's here in Manila. He's at the embassy. I think.
Yeah, and he's basically like, "Don't get caught. I can't help you."
Yeah.
He's at the Russian embassy or the Vietnamese embassy. I don't know which one.
Well,
but-
it's basically he said like we could try to officially get him, but he'll
Russians.
immediately go to the Russian embassy and
get asylum.
he'll have asylum within minutes.
Yeah, so it's just like you got to go in there and do your shit. And then it's weird because like he just walks in the front door of this embassy with a rifle case, like clearly a hunting rifle bag.
Yeah.
You know, and the lady working the desk
Yeah,
was
the gun
at-
is sticking out of the bag.
yes, well, because it's a fucking M60 in like a hunting rifle case.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, it's insane. But the lady working the front desk, I'm pretty sure was in
Yes.
the POW camp.
Yes.
I am pretty sure.
Yeah,
as well.
I'm pretty sure this is the same lady.
One of the troops.
Yeah.
Yes, because she did say she recognized him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but she didn't need to because he announces who he is.
Yes.
He's just like, yes, I'm Mike Ransom. I'm
He's
here to
very
see
chill about all this.
whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
Charles Napier guy.
Uh-huh.
And here's a grenade. It's going to go off in
Roddick.
2 minutes. Roddick. Yeah. It's going to go off in 2 minutes as it's smoking on your desk. And she runs,
She goes, "Wah!"
runs away.
Runs
and then,
away.
And then we cut to like Raddick's office. And then you hear like an explosion from off camera, which I guess he blew up her desk or whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, he says now like unsheathed the M60 and is just walking through this embassy with a belt-fed machine gun.
He's basically doing the Terminator in Terminator 1 at the police station.
Yeah, this is a
Except
workplace
this is
shooting happening
all-
here.
Yeah, except this is all Vietnamese people.
And also just
or,
people
or
like-
Filipino. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, if it's supposed to be his guys from before.
Some of them are definitely his guys, including the
Yeah.
guy that got killed on the helicopter is somehow still alive.
Yeah, there's the helicopter gunner was this like young Michael Shannon looking dude, and like he clearly gets shot in the helicopter and is there at the embassy at the end. But whatever.
Yeah.
My favorite part of this is like there's one dude's like, where the hell is he? And then he just walks out the door. He's like, I'm here.
Yes.
Yeah. But this is the whole sequence of just like guys getting the drop on him, shooting and missing, and then him just turning around and destroying them.
Until eventually gets to the dude's office, and the guy's like got his like 1911 in the desk, classic military sidearm thing, and is like loading it all up, like, come on in here, Ransom, I'll get you. And Ransom, meanwhile, just loading the underbarrel grenade launcher of his M60, just like, and then it's basically just like, I mean, this is kind of an Invasion USA ending because he's just like, hey, Radek or whatever your name is, he's just like fires the grenade into the office somehow without ever actually entering the
Like
office
through the door.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he fucks his door.
Yeah.
With the grenade.
And then this dude
the grenade does not explode at the door.
No,
the
no.
grenade goes through the door,
Yes.
hits this guy directly, and just explodes him.
That man explodes in several different cuts.
Yep.
Yeah.
And,
And
we're
then-
like, that's a hell of an ending.
Yeah.
Way to go, movie.
Yep. And so he walks out, just kind of like sets the gun on a chair and just keeps walking out.
He just kind of tosses it like,
Yeah.
well,
He's
my
like-
time with guns is over.
Yeah,
Plop.
my work here is done. I am now a man of peace.
Walks outside. Fucking Dakota jumps out, and now he's got Jaws mouth.
Yep.
It's Jaw Coda.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's got a metal grill, and he's got a couple scars under his eyes because Reb Brown did try to gouge his eyes out
Yes.
during the fight, and he's
bit.
like, "You did this to me, American Ski. Now I will kill you."
Yes, he
which,
does
which
call
he
him.
actually calls him American Ski.
American ski.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
just-
they fight briefly
Right.
because
Very briefly.
Reb Brown has one grenade left,
Of course he does.
which he yanks out and stuffs between the guy's jaws.
Apparently wedging it into his mouth so that he can't remove it because the
Yeah.
guy's just like,
Well,
okay.
for the most part, but he gives it that extra tap at the end of like, now it's stuck in there. Now you can't do shit about it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this guy dies like a fancy stuffed pig or whatever.
Yeah, and like so Reb Brown has gone to hide behind a tree to get away from the explosion, and because Dakota explodes,
Yeah.
and then he just kind of puts his hand out and fucking catches his dentures.
Yep.
Just metal dentures just land in his hand, and then he says to nobody, literally nobody. What is the line?
Something like, man, those Russian dentists sure know how to make a hell of a pair of dentures.
Russian dentists make pretty good dentures.
There you go.
And then just walks off into the sunset.
Yes, and as he's walking off into the sunset, he just kind of jokingly narrates that this is a work of fiction. Any similarity to persons alive or dead,
Especially dead.
especially dead, it's purely accidental.
And there's like 1 in a million chance.
Yeah.
Hey.
And then the movie ends.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah,
This is easy, 5 jocks.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing that
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yeah.
yeah, this is everything we want, dude.
Yeah. This is
This
fucking
is
amazing.
easy 5 jocks.
It's so ridiculously stupid.
Like the point where it smash cut to Saigon, end of the war. I was like,
Yeah.
we might have to change our rating scale.
Yeah,
This is
Christ.
fucking insane.
Christ. It's only
Because
Saigon.
like, and that's the thing is like, you keep thinking the movie's over,
No.
and it's like, dude, I got like a half hour more goodness to just heap upon you.
Well, they do the Bladettes ending, and then you're like, okay, the movie's over. And it's like,
Yep.
no. And it's like, what about another Bladettes ending? And you're like, well, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking insanity.
I
It's
honestly,
insanity.
I was honestly sitting at 4 the entire time. I was like, this is great, but it's real terrible. Like, it is super bad at everything. But then, like, the last 3 things that happen are just like, what in the 4th act is fucking nuts. Like, it's almost like it should have been another movie. Like, the Strike Commando is just here's all the shit that happened in Vietnam, and then you have a tease for the next one, which is now he's going to hunt that guy down, and I'm sure since 10 years have passed, he's got a whole new crew set up, and it's going to be, fighting amongst in the Philippines.
Yeah, it's like the end of Commando. He's going to storm his complex and take everybody out.
But no, it's just efficient. He just goes right in, puts a grenade on the lady's desk. It's just like, I'd like to speak to your manager. And oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a fucking genius, terrible thing. And it's better than RoboWar in every single possible way.
Yeah, but it's just it's that thing we love where it's like, did aliens make this? Because it's like they have no knowledge of how anything actually works.
No.
Bullets never run out of guns. You don't have to aim them.
Bullets never run out of guns.
Or yeah. Either yes.
Bullets always have a home in whatever gun they like.
And guns don't run out of bullets, surprisingly enough. But
They
yeah,
have
but
guns
like,
that shoot other guns.
yeah. But I mean, like, it's just like every cliche you can think of is here in its best possible form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this movie's
And,
amazing.
And we can't undersell how awesome Reb Brown is in this.
I honestly think I would give it 5 jocks for the Billy Goat headbutt thing. The what the fuckness in that alone. Like, I mean, that in any other movie would have been like a stop, let's rewatch this 10 times. But like in this movie, it was just like, well, there was another fucking weird thing
and
that
it happens so like
Yeah.
because it cuts from this slow motion shot of them running at each other, which is an actual slow motion, not a fake, step ramping slow motion. It's actual slow motion, them running at each other, to suddenly a regular motion cut of them just popping heads together.
Yeah.
And then bouncing back like, well, that was a thing we just did anyway. Yeah. And then Reb Brown's just like, nah, man, I fucking hate you. Punch, punch, waterfall.
Yeah.
Don't go chasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is truly one of the best good bad movies we've ever watched.
Yeah, this movie's amazing, and you need to seek it out. That's
It
all I
is.
can say.
I feel bad for BJ that he's not here tonight.
Yeah.
Like I when it ended, as the credits were rolling, I texted him. I said, "You need to watch Strike Commando on Plex.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yep. Yes. This is
why we do this.
like
Shit like this.
I hesitate to say like top 5 BMFcast movies, but I would say top 5 examples of why we do this.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that. Like this is like you show this to someone and say, this is the kind of shit we watch.
Yeah.
And people will come away and go, whoa, that's crazy awesome. And you're like, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? That's what
Because
we hope every movie is.
it's
fucking nuts.
It's bad. It's poorly made. It's poorly acted, but it's entertaining as fuck, and that's what we want.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Robot Jocks is the shit, and it's our rating system. But like, if I had to pick a movie, it's like, if I just had to pick one movie and be like, this is what we do, it'd be Order of the Black Eagle. Nobody's ever heard of it. It's made hella well.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yes.
it's like this lost
just
thing.
insane.
It's just this. It's this insane. But I mean, that movie looks great. It feels like you're watching basically like a 80s James Bond movie. I mean, it feels just like it was shot with the same production level and care as a Roger Moore, late era Roger Moore Bond movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, that movie's insane. I mean, people get run over and hit with sandbags, and I mean,
that one dude's face got run over by a four-wheeler.
yeah. And I mean, they're trying to reanimate Hitler. I mean, it's it's just it's fucking,
And he has a pet baboon that
Right.
he takes with him on
Yeah.
missions and shit.
in a tiny tank. I mean, that's to say, like,
Yeah,
that's,
like we were so hyped for that movie that we forgot to talk about Hitler's face exploding in it. Like we didn't even mention that in the episode, and it happens in the movie.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm saying, like, to me, that's the perfect example of like, that's the thing you can point at, be like, I almost guarantee you've never heard of this movie, but you need to see it.
Yeah.
But this is like, certain people would just be like, that's fucking stupid, and not get the joy out of it. Order of the Black Eagle, I feel like, is one of those things where it's like, if you've ever liked an action movie, you should fucking love this.
Yeah,
like, it's
and that's
good.
I feel like Hard Ticket to Hawaii is that one
Sure.
for me,
Yeah.
where it's just like, I know it's gotten way more popular since we first did it. Not
Sure.
that I'm saying that it's like because of us, but it's because of those damn
more
cheap,
people have discovered
those
it.
damn cheap DVD sets, and then people going, Sedaris, man, you got to check this shit out.
Yeah.
And that's like the one, that's like the gold finger, so to speak, of those movies. It's like, if you're gonna watch one, this is the one you watch.
Yeah, they're all chasing that dream.
Yeah.
Harlow, I know you weren't here for the episode, although I don't think you would disagree with me, but it's weird that we all have a different example of this, but I remember very specifically when we watched The Last Dragon, my entire point after watching that was, this is why we do this movie right here. Like this, the everything about this movie is what I would point to and say, yeah, that's what our podcast is about. If you like The Last Dragon, that's what we're chasing all the time.
I mean, I would totally agree with that. It's just that. I mean, The Last Dragon.
You're
to me-
too close to that
Yeah, I
one.
mean, The Last Dragon is
Right.
like speaking a language. Like
No, I know.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm just saying it's interesting that we all have. I mean, not that we disagree with any of them, but we all have a different one that we point to and say that's the BMFcast movie as a definition. But yeah, this is definitely top 5 of what kind of movies do y'all watch? Well, let me tell you. There's a Blu-ray of this movie called Strike Commando. You should watch it.
Yeah.
Plus, it's one of those cool cases because it's black.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
black, not blue.
And the artwork's fantastic as well.
Oh,
Does he have a minigun on that? Is that what he's brandishing?
This is some. Yes, the barrel is a minigun, which is absurd.
Turn it this way.
It's got a scope on it, which.
Huh. Yeah. No, that's yeah.
I mean, all it needs is a laser sight, and it would be the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yes.
So
what's up on the top? Is that a helicopter?
Yes.
Let me see. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this poster.
Yes, someone put in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking great movie, and it is readily available.
I will say, picture-wise, it looks great. The sound is weird. Like some scenes, it's like the sound is crystal clear, and other ones, it's like the whole thing's run through.
Oh, when it started, like when the rebels were talking to each other, I was like, we might have to turn on the subtitles. I don't understand what they're saying.
It got better. I think, honestly, I started to think like maybe those scenes with the terrible audio were the things from the director's cut.
Well, the things...
Here's the thing. I assume this movie's still living in my house when we're done, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'll probably watch the theatrical cut. I have time.
Sure.
And I just kind of
I'd be interested to hear what's not in it, because it's like 10 minutes shorter.
Yeah, and I'm totally okay with watching this again. Maybe not tomorrow, but I mean, I will, and for the rest of my life. No, watch this again. Sorry.
I was going to tell you, like, we're not selling that one.
No.
It's not going to charity. That one's staying
well, no,
here.
I just want to make sure you weren't taking it to like make a rip of it or something. I'm just saying, if it's sitting in my house, I will probably watch the theatrical one just to see.
No, don't worry. We have to be wholly indifferent or completely angry at something for me to go, get that the fuck out of the studio.
Okay.
Like, we even typically just generally like it a little bit.
Yeah, because
it stays.
The shelf isn't on camera back there, but like I look over and it's like overflowing. And I'm never sure what is like waiting to be watched.
Well, that's all
waiting to be watched.
That's all upcoming stuff. We still haven't unpacked the library yet. That's somewhere else.
Some of those have been seen.
Do I see?
Nope.
No, you cleaned out everything.
Everything on that shelf is stuff that is upcoming.
Well, I mean,
did you find a disc version of Dragon Fight? Is that what I'm seeing over there on the far left?
No, that's Dragonfire.
Dragonfire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different.
I was going to say there are like the Andy Sedaris collections over there, so some of those things have been seen. Not all the movies,
Right? But there's still movies in that set. We haven't seen.
Right.
Everything over there is something we have not watched yet.
Yeah, I mean, and
there's a stack up in the closet that we have.
Well, some of those are also double discs, so we've watched like one of the two movies
Correct.
for extra or something.
Yes.
Like there's several.
Oh, is that the Shaw box set up there too?
No, that's those ridiculous James Bond Hong Kong movies that we bought.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I forgot about that one too.
Yeah.
Man,
I know.
so much goodness to come.
Yes.
Like COVID made us stockpile. Apparently.
Yes, it did, and we are burning through it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's good, but yeah, next week's going to be tough. Whatever we watch next is going to have a tough act to follow.
Man, next week will be interesting. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I next week is different enough to where it's not in competition with Strike Commando. I'll say that. So
yeah.
Is it also from 1986?
No.
Okay, good.
No, that mini theme month has ended. That accidental theme month. I have gone so far to try and stop even linking two movies together accidentally, and I can't believe I let that fall through the cracks.
But this is making me realize this and the what was the killer alligator movie we watched?
Killer Crocodile.
Killer Crocodile. Like, it's making me realize, along with blaxploitation, like Italian exploitation films, Italian knockoff movies specifically are kind of becoming my shit.
Well,
because there's that weird, random, like, not quite understanding thing that happens with so many of them that I don't know why I love it so much, but it's like, you don't know how a grenade works, do you? And it's like, hell yeah, you don't understand how a grenade works. I love it. Like that's, there's something about that clicks for me.
The other thing that's great about the grenades in this is, besides them just having a fuse that's as long as you want it to be, is it feels like sometimes they pull the pin and sometimes they don't. Did you notice that? Like, sometimes it's just set it down and it's fine.
Well, what he does, like especially on the first one, when he sneaks up on the first boat, is he drops a bundle of them in, and then pulls the pin on one singular one and drops that on top of him.
Yeah, but then he still has like a minute and a half to jump off the boat.
Well, yeah.
It's insane because he gets in a fist fight. Like he's thought he's taking everybody out of the boat, and there's one dude like left alive on the top, and they grapple for a minute before he jumps off the boat.
And he gets knife to meet you also.
There's plenty of that.
Man and knife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we could go on and on about Strike Commando. It's great. Just go watch it.
Okay. I want to say two last things about Strike Commando.
Oh, okay.
One, like we are really underselling the amount of yelling that Reb Brown does to either introduce himself into a scene or put a period on the end of a sentence. It's real good. The other thing is that there are two really half-assed attempts to do Rambo hiding in something, but it's an Italian knockoff of that. One is when he's murdering a bunch of fools at the beginning, he has wrapped himself like in a bunch of tree limbs just to kill one dude, and then immediately sheds that outfit. It's kind of hilarious.
That sequence, he's like Jason. It's just like wherever you need him to be to murder somebody, doesn't matter if they just saw him go there.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's behind you now, and you're dead.
It's like playing peekaboo. He's gone. You're like, where the fuck did he go? He's gone forever. Oh, shit, I'm dead. That's not how you play peekaboo. But
depends.
The other thing is
that's prison rules. Peekaboo.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you don't want to play that. The other thing is he does have a good like explode out of the water, then scream, then mow down 16 dudes who are standing in front of him, confused that he just popped out of the water.
Well,
like,
what's so great about that is just like how tranquil and peaceful and serene a little like alcove that was.
Right.
I mean, it was just like this serene little. What would you call that? Like it's not a lagoon. It's like
just an underground cavern with
just
a pool.
Just a tide pool, like
nice
type thing.
pool.
You know, and it's like nice rocks and formations, and he comes exploding out of the water and murders some fools, and it I don't know. There's just something kind of great about that, like something about exploding out of tranquility. And
Yep. And of course, he yells before he opens fire.
well, sure.
Which just I think that's just to confuse bad guys. I think bad guys go, "What the fuck?" Like when that guy popped out from underneath the ground.
Well, like I said, I mean, he yells everything, even when he gets the radio and they're hiding from bad guys. He's like, "Strike Command, this is Reb Brown and Matt Fraction or whatever his name is." And
Matt Fraction.
Writer of Hawkeye.
yeah.
Yeah, there's that one bit at the beginning where he's on the radio and dudes are literally 2 inches away from
ransom,
him. Yes.
Ransom. I was like, well, I use fraction, ransom.
Sure.
I think I did realize that I want to write an action movie with the main guy named Paul American because I just think that's great.
Why not?
Well, I just think that'd be fucking because everyone calls him American throughout this. All the foreigners don't call him that, or I mean, some of them do, but like they're all just like American.
Yeah.
And so like I was just like, man, there goes Paul American.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. BJ. Oh.
Yes.
That was uncanny. That was amazing. Yes.
We have an email.
Oh,
Or
shit.
a voicemail. Do we want to play the voicemail or do we want to save it?
Let's save it. What is it? Did you already listen to it? No. He doesn't feel like doing it.
Okay. Don't feel like editing. All right. So if you want to get in touch with us, BMF@BMFcast.com is the email. 910-5JOCKS-BMF. 910-556-9263. Call the Garfield phone. Wake him up. Leave him a message because he's not actually going to answer. None of us will answer. We'd love to talk to you, but not like that.
Robo-me answers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. But otherwise, visit BMFcast.com where you'll find links to all our socials. Basically everything /BMFcast. You'll find us, including patreon.com /BMFcast where you can get bonus shows, early access to extra, voting on polls to determine what goes on extra, X-Men podcast that we will eventually make another episode when we can. It's been tough. Doctor Who stuff. Archives of all our old defunct shows are there as well. So,
yes, everything we
few
threw at the
bucks a
wall
month.
to see what sticks.
yeah.
It's all
Yes.
there.
There
All
are,
the
there are a
spaghetti.
lot of defunct shows on there.
Yeah.
All the half-cooked pasta.
We could
Yeah.
delete our defunct shows, but we don't.
No.
We leave our failures up.
We leave them for the people that actually want to pay money. And
Yep.
like, you know what? Like, give me that.
I want to hear someone talk about Star Trek for an episode and a half.
And you also find out what we're watching the next week early.
Yep.
So,
Just real quick, speaking of extra, because it ties to this movie a little bit, the extra that just hit the main feed is the New Barbarians, aka Warrior of the Wasteland, which is another one of these insane fucking Italian things. This one stars Fred Williamson, and it's the Gold Codpiece movie, and it's fucking insane. And Harlow and I love the shit out of it. And that's a movie that we definitely should have watched on BMFcast Prime, but we couldn't because of one particular scene. But other than that, that movie is fucking glorious and insane, just like Strike Commando is.
Do we have a disc of that?
We do.
I will be borrowing that disc.
You should.
Yeah, it's worth investing heavily in Goldman Sachs.
Hey, you remember that joke?
I do. Yeah.
Good job.
It's been a year, but he remembers it.
No, that's fuck. No, that joke's like
He made that
7
joke
years
when he
old.
first learned about that
Yeah.
movie.
Oh.
Yeah, you were talking about like everyone was like, man, when the future comes, I'm going to be investing in gold chainmail codpieces. And I was like, yes, I too have invested heavily in Goldman Sachs.
Get it?
Yeah.
I do.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a buffet of puns.
Anyway,
Let's get out of here, shall we?
Okay. I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie,
I'm Chuck.
and this is BMFcast out.
Bye.
Did someone show up just as we were signing off? Or?
Yeah, Jack of Tropes.
Sorry.
Hey, Jack. Sorry.
Just noticed that.
Such a
Just, you know
ridiculous
what?
trope
Rewind
showing
it.
up at the last minute.
Yeah. What are you trying to pull, a Kyle?
Yeah. You're no Kyle.
Yeah.
I mean, you might be just as good, but... Yep.
We're going to banter for a minute or two. probably.
Sure.
I don't know. That's what we do.
And then when we
usually.
go off, I'll tell these guys what we're watching next week. So they can go, wow, that is different.
Yeah,
Probably good.
We get insider information because we're insiders.
Right.
Wait, is Jack of Tropes Kyle?
I don't know.
I can't
Is
tell
it?
by the picture. It's too small on this little
No.
laptop.
Kyle
All right.
wouldn't change his name to Jack.
He might. I don't know. We don't know the inner workings of Kyle's mind.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, nope. Okay. Never mind.
Okay.
We know the inner workings of Kyle's mind. It's not Kyle.
Okay. Good job.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I don't understand the notion of having a thumbnail in YouTube chat because it makes it like 3 pixels.
Well, on your channel,
Yeah.
it's just the
much
same
bigger.
thing. If you have a channel, it makes
Oh.
sense. But yeah, like Bob here, Bob doesn't care.
I don't care.
Bob just got the first letter of his first name.
Hell yeah. Good job, Bob.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
That's all that matters.
Of course, I say that, and I don't. Do I have a? Well, I'm signed in as BMFcast. So I don't even know if I have a picture. I don't know if I have a picture
Dirt.
on that or can't.
Dirt.
Apparently, I do.
Yep.
Apparently, I do.
Yep. So anyway, all you guys still listening need to go watch Strike Commando right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
You really should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there 3 straight commandos? And then they were out? Oh.
But Red Brown's not in it.
No.
so-
No, he's not.
But Richard
The
Harris
Richard
is.
Harris is.
Sir Richard Harris? Is he a sir?
Mm-mm.
No?
No, I think he was drunk that day and didn't accept.
Aw.
I don't know.
Don't make fun of his alcoholism.
I'm not. He's not a sir.
Because he's not alive. He died during
Oh,
Gladiator.
he died a long time ago.
I know. I just remember that he died during Gladiator, right? No.
No,
No, that was Oliver Reed.
Oliver Reed died during Gladiator.
Yeah.
Richard Harris died shortly after.
He died during Harry Potter.
Right. Yes. Correct. He did.
Yeah, that's right. He did. He was the first Dumbledore, wasn't he? Yeah.
Mhm.
He was.
Yeah, he was in the first 2, and then he passed. So.
It's funny. I almost said that when you first. That was like almost the first thing I said. Was you mean the first Dumbledore, Richard Harris? Because not to be confused with, was it Richard Harrison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I was thinking we were getting Bloodettes.
Yeah.
No.
Because when you think Strike Commando 2, you're definitely going to think more of Richard Harrison than you are of Richard Harris.
Right. That's why
Yeah.
that was very confusing because I was like, you do mean the well-regarded Shakespearean actor Richard Harris, right? Like,
I do.
okay,
Yes.
all right.
Who I met.
Do you know Richard Harris?
Yes, I met Richard Harris.
Okay.
What'd you say to him? Nice to meet you, Richard Harris.
No. I said that's
Why
what
were
I
you in Strike
meant.
Commando
I didn't
too?
say I met Richard Harris.
Oh.
If I met Richard Harris, I would be ecstatic. But
You'd be in
he
heaven
he
if
probably
you met Richard
right.
Harris.
And if not, he probably would have punched me.
Aw.
Why would he have punched you?
Because I'm sure I would have bothered him at a bar or something.
Oh.
Yeah. You would have been like, dude, Strike Commando 2. You were in Strike Commando 2. And he'd be like, sir, how dare you?
I am an actor. I said, I know, you were in Strike Commando 2 as an actor.
He just would have pulled an Alec Guinness whenever any of the Star Wars dorks came up to him.
Yeah.
Be like, you know that movie's shit.
Oh, is that what Alec Guinness did?
Oh, Alec Guinness
He fucking
hated Star Wars. Hated it.
He's like, I was in David Lane movies.
Yeah, he hated
Now I'm
making
some
it.
old man with a laser sword.
He hated everyone talking to him about it. He hated it.
See, that's all right. Here's the thing. I for people that hate their own work or whatever, like okay. So for example, when I met Malcolm McDowell, I mean, it's like I can make fun of you about being the guy who killed Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
But I also fucking respect the hell out of you in like Clockwork Orange. I'm not like, to me, I think you're an awesome actor. And I'm, like, I don't be like, well, you're good everywhere except for here. I don't like you there. Like that, I feel like that's a weirder tack to take. Like as a fan, if you came up and said,
Well,
like,
isn't it kind of the rule that you just have to find one of their lesser known roles that they don't hate, and then talk to them about that?
That's always been my thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like,
Yeah, because like Pam Grier, you're not gonna be like Foxy Brown. Like, yes. She's like, yeah, everybody knows.
Right.
Like, hey, cool.
Yeah.
But you pick something and be like, hey,
Like,
Friday Foster. How
yeah.
was Yaphet Kotto?
Right.
It's like,
fuck
tell me
that.
about Yaphet.
Yeah.
Tell me about Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Right.
True.
Well,
Yeah.
Remember when George Carlin came out of you?
That's
At
right.
the
Yeah.
end of the movie.
That's
Do you
right.
remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I asked all three of them, Fred Williamson and Pam Grier, obscure questions. I didn't ask them about regular stuff. They were delighted. Fred Williamson especially seemed very delighted that I asked him about this Western that he made.
Yeah.
Because there's a stunt in that Western that makes no fucking sense. And man, he went off. Like, he was like, look, the stunt coordinator in that movie was, what's his name? Burt Reynolds' stuntman. And I was like, Hal Needham. He was like, yes, that crazy son of a bitch. Here's what he did. We were just sitting there like, yes, tell us the story, Fred
Yeah,
Williamson.
hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Hammer at home.
I mean, I'd ask him about Bucktown. I'd just be like, that fight.
Three the Hard Way. What kinds of stuff? I mean, I'm sure everybody asked him about Three the Hard Way, but
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah. Be like, how was Thalmus Rasulullah? He'd just be like, you just wanted to say his name, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right, Mr. Williamson. I'm
Three
sorry.
the Hard Way's so fucking good.
It is. Three the Hard Way fucking
Yeah.
rules.
That was the one where I talked to Jim Kelly.
Jim Kelly too.
And he asked, because Lee Van Cleef was in the thing I had him sign, and he was looking at it, and he was like, man, Lee Van Cleef, you don't hear from that guy anymore. And I said, yeah, he's dead.
You had to break the news to Jim.
And he was like,
that
oh,
Lee Van Cleef is dead.
that's a shame. And I was like, yeah, you're right, it is. Sorry to have to tell you that he died
Yeah.
like 12 years ago. But
Yeah. Dude, he was in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
pretty good. Yeah.
Could you imagine asking Jim Brown?
Jim Kelly. Jim Brown
Kelly,
was not
sorry.
there.
Yeah, well, Jim Brown, too. Be like, hey, Jim Brown, you ever seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
Yeah.
Be like, yeah. Why?
Just wondering.
Yeah.
I asking everybody that.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim Brown, you ever see The Dirt Dozen?
Yeah. Yeah, like, if you want to see the look of death, that would be a great way to do it. I love that we're thinking up ways to piss off Jim Brown.
Well,
I mean,
these days, yeah.
they went down a path. An unfortunate path. Anyway,
Anyway,
never meet your heroes. But if you do meet them before they go down that path.
yeah.
Yeah. I met Adam Baldwin when I did.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
You knew, huh?
I didn't. I was like, man, I feel like this thing called Gamergate's going to be coming up, and he's going to say some stupid shit, so I should probably meet him now. Be like, man, you were great in DC Cap.
Was he in DC Cat?
Wasn't he the
Yeah,
main dude?
he was like the main. Well, I mean, it was a big ensemble, but I believe, yeah.
I thought he was like, well, I mean, I thought he was the POV character, if you want to know.
I don't even.
I think you're right. Can you imagine meeting Busey at a convention?
I saw Jake Busey at a convention.
Well,
I
that's-
would much rather talk to Jake.
I mean,
Busey,
sure,
honestly.
yes.
like Gary Busey, he's
He might fight you.
Actually, I feel like
No, Gary just has a canned shtick he does now, and it's
Yeah.
kind of depressing.
Yeah.
I feel like Gary might have supposed to have been there too, and then had to cancel because I think Gary and Jake were supposed to be at this thing I was at, and I only ever saw Jake.
I think Jake would be a hell of a lot more fun. You'd be like, dude, let's talk about Roadhouse 2.
Well, like I did, like I did
Exactly.
He actually had like something was going on. There was a lot of people, so I didn't get a chance to walk up and talk to him. But like I looked over and it was just like, I wonder where Jake Busey is. And, like, you know, dude's like 6'2" and just has that big fucking goofy grin on his head.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Spiky hair. And
Hey.
it's like, hey. I'm like, oh, there he is.
I'm Busey Jr.
I was like, I didn't have to look for him very long. He's tall and his teeth are like a foot long too.
Yes.
Well, now that we got the Buseys on our side.
Right. They love us.
Right.
All right. I got to get out of here, so let's take it
Oh,
offline
right.
so Chuck can discuss whatever
Oh,
Whatever
not a
you
big
got.
deal. It'll take 2 seconds, but yeah.
off camera.
Anyway, good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.